Assalamu alaikum guys. I hope you all are doing very fine and well. Since we have entered New Year 2019, so I would like to wish you all a very happy New Year. I pray that may this new year bring a lot of happiness in your lives. May this new year be full of rejoices, great blessings, peace and prosperity. And I also pray for those all who are suffering, who are sick and ill, who are having pain, that may Almighty Allah bless them with good health. May those all get well and recovered soon. And whatever the good wishes and will, whatever the good dreams we have in our lives, may those all good wishes get fulfilled and those all good dreams come true. And sorry, above all, I pray to Almighty Allah that may God give us courage to be good to the people around us, to be good to the people we are living with, to help each other, particularly to help those who are genuinely in need of our help, and particularly to be good human being, to form a society, to build up a society with best of our capacity and capability, where we can easily accept the existence of each other, we can accept the differences of each other, we can accept the diversity, whether that diversity is linked with the language, the culture, the region, demographic values, or the caste or race, whatever the things are. We should have enough courage to accept, to digest the things open-heartedly. So we genuinely need a society to be reformed, where our future generation, the coming generation, can practice these things, can accept the existence of other human beings, and can respect their things, their values, their norms open-heartedly. I belong to one of the remote areas of Chitral, so I had to make this video in my own native and local language. If it was something which was directly related to myself or my area, though it's not, it's just sort of a wish of New Year to you all guys. And obviously one of the video clips, one of the things which really irritates me, which really makes me feel sad from my inside. I'm not a person to react upon things, particularly on social media. I don't often react to video clips or posts or anything, because it's not a cup of my tea, and I am not a provocateur, I'm not a sort of rebel rouser. But the sort of venom is being directed by some of our brothers and sisters, particularly some of our brothers back from the hometown. It really makes me feel sad that we don't have the courage to accept. See, we are nobody to suggest, to give our opinion, to raise our voice against a person who has spoken something generally. It's not something which is directly targeting, which is directly linked, associated to our area, our language, our culture, our family terms. Rather, is sort of a general message or a general view of that person. And obviously every person has the right to freedom of opinion and speech. So does he or she. Living abroad, if a person does have a lifestyle which is according to that culture, according to that country, it's not something that you are going to go with the get up of that person, you are spoiling that person, you are hitting and trolling that person for the things which are normal in that culture. Again, one of our sisters who lives in America, who lives abroad, who has made a video clip that's very in a humorous way. One can, an educated and sophisticated person can easily get the message that in a way that video was made was totally in a humorous way. There was nothing to hurt any person. There was nothing to be taken to the heart in a way that's completely negative. If we don't really have the courage to see such things, and if we really do we really practice the things, like do we really practice the religion? We are not practicing Muslims. We don't have to be fundamentalist. I don't say we have to be liberal, and I don't want to go on with that one. But there are some values where and when we have to speak about, particularly when it's about our women, our daughters. We have to be conscious before we speak on social media, because it's being spread, it's being widely listened by many of the people around the globe. So, in all language also, even in English, they say, how can we point out a mood in someone's eyes when we have a beam in our own eyes? We have to look into ourselves first, that where do we stand actually? What is our contribution to this society? Even what's our contribution to the standard of our own lives? What we think and how we take the things should not be taken in the same way by the other. And we are nobody to suggest any person to lead his or her life, and to we are going to drive the life of others according to our wishes and wills. Do we apply those all thoughts, those all things on ourselves? If somebody suggests and gives us opinion to drive our lives according to his or her wills and wishes, do we accept that? No, we don't, and we shouldn't. So in might be something which would be harmful for you, which would be so negative for you, which might be undigestible for you, but that is completely normal for the other person. So don't always impose your thoughts. Don't always link everything with your culture, with your family terms, with your region, with your language. It's not always necessarily to be like so. Please give some space to the people. Please get your minds educated. It's not about something that I'm saying everybody is reacting like that. It's about some of the people's. See, if somebody says, like, if you would have such sort of get up, if you would wear pant shirts and you would come in front of me, it would be sort of provoking thing, provoking of my ill thoughts. This is really something which is infantile for me. We have to grow up, we have to grow our minds up, and we have to get ourselves educated that what are the things to react on, what are the things to take in a negative way and in positive way. We have to know about, and particularly before we speak out about anyone's daughter, anyone's brother, and whoever is that person, however, like whatever the lifestyle of that person is, that has nothing to do with our terms, with our norms, with our family, and we have nothing to do with that particular sort of get up. We don't have to do anything with that particular lifestyle. That's what's being adopted by that person, and that's his or her life. So I would request to all those friends, please not to send me those videos very like every second day I get those videos. I don't like receiving those videos. It's about watching them. I may search out on YouTube and Twitter and other social media platform myself. I completely feel sad from my inside seeing those all people speaking wrong and negative about others, rather focusing our own self, focusing the issues which are really to be addressed by the people in our area. We have to take the things forward. We don't have to be like of 50 years back or 60 years back, having the same thoughts which are not getting changed. We have to accept the change, and change is always inevitable, and change is always good. Adopting the things, bringing change in any way, that is always good for the society, that is always good for the family, that is always good for the country and city. So please have some courage. Before we speak about others, we have to look into ourselves.